Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Deez, this is my workshop, and today's going to be a fun little project. We're going to see if we can upgrade our documentation area to this canister toolbox that we got from that salvage tool lot. Really, I've got I keep all of my project notes, all the drawings that I make up, past, present drawings, things I'm thinking about. And in addition to that, the manuals and everything related to this hobby kind of have tucked away here. I think it'd be neat if I can kind of upgrade and start putting some of that stuff in this old container. Seems to be a little better than this mesh one. And it'd be a good use of this toolbox or, file folder container, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty rusty, pretty dirty. And I kind of want to see if there's a brand or anything on it. Maybe there's a monetary value to it. I'm not sure. But my plans are to clean up the rust and see if I can find some of that hammered paint and spray paint the areas that aren't chrome with that hammered paint to just give it a fresh look. So with that, we need to first see if there's any markings on it, see if it's a brand of some sort, and get this thing cleaned up. I'll have to acquire some paint. I don't have that. Not the kind I want anyway. And we'll get that thing cleaned up and we'll put it to use and we'll have a nice spot for it somewhere. And you can't have too many containers or toolboxes or chests for your workshop, in my opinion. So let's get started. Well, I already gave it a bath of sorts. I washed it up with soap and water to get the rat feces and stuff that was on it off, because is there any markings on this thing that indicate what it might be? I don't know if there's something here. There might be something up here. Let's see if we can clean some of this up. Let me grab some glasses. How much there? Now these might have been, I feel like they're chrome plated, so to speak. I think might be something on that tab. There we go. U.S.A. That's tough to see. U.S.A. Eagle Store. Eagle Store. So that's probably what it is. I want to do a little research and find out exactly what that means. Let's clean a little bit more of this rust up while we're here. Let's see if there's any other markings. So U.S.A. Eagle Store. We'll Google that. See if there's anything on the bottom. A lot of rust pitting. I don't think there's much on the bottom. Really isn't much on here. I do want to check out the top of this real quick. Maybe there's something up here. Not a lot. Okay. Well, I want to find out what that is. I'm going to do a quick search and see. But this definitely got like a chrome paint or something like that on it. It's flaking off of there. So I think what I'd like to do is probably get some of that hammered texture spray paint and then maybe some chrome spray paint and paint the the chrome areas with that, just to kind of shine it up. But I want to know what this is. U.S.A. Eagle Store, and some really small writing. Let's see if I can't figure out what that is. Well, I figured out what this is. It's not an Eagle Store, which is what I thought it said. It's actually a U.S.A. Excelsior chest or metal lockbox. And these are made in Stamford, Connecticut. You can't really read it. I can't even begin to get you in there that close. I'll throw a picture in here that I took that's closer. Very, very difficult to read. But it is U.S.A. Excelsior Stamford, Connecticut is what it says right here, stamped. stamped in there. And online you can see more examples of these. But that's what it is. So I think we can kind of clean up as much of this rust as we can, and I'm going to get some hammered texture paint. We'll freshen this box up, scuff it up. You know, I looked on eBay, these things might go for 30 bucks or something. It's a vintage, I don't know, vintage tool chest, but I don't see a lot of intrinsic value enough to say don't clean it up and paint it. So that's what I'm going to do. I know some people like the vintage rusty look and stuff, but for me, I'm going to clean it up, get it painted, and we will use it. I think originally these were brass in color, brass plated, I guess, but it's kind of got a little gold hue. So I may repaint those brass. It won't be real brass, but it'll be good enough. The inside's not too bad. We may leave that alone and just paint the hardware. Be careful because it'll crease, but pretty sure this thing has been stepped on or smashed or something. But there we go. That's cleaned up. Now we just need to wipe it down and get some paint and make it look nicer. Yeah. Well, let's wrap this thing up. This is not perfect. If you're looking for one of those perfect restoration channels, that's not it. That's not something I'm good at. Maybe it's something I'll work on, but I just wanted to clean this box up, this metal chest. It's Excelsior. I said that earlier in the video, and they really aren't worth a ton of money. 26 bucks on eBay, you can get one of these things. You know, it's just an old steel metal chest. So lockbox, I guess they call it. So I ended up just getting some hammered paint and using some other paint that I have. I didn't want to buy chrome paint or anything like that. And we got her cleaned up. Got all the rust coated with some Rust-Oleum paint. And the next thing, the idea here was that I would store my plans and my documentation from the projects that I worked on in the past. And that's what's going to go in here. So with that information, let's go ahead and see what we have in here and what we want to put into this lockbox. Here's a bunch of manuals. I want to put the manuals in here. So that'll go in there. We have, this should be some receipts, projects, things like that I have. That'll go in there. We have some literature. We've got some magazines. We have our project book. I think I'd like to put that in there as well. I will put it like that. And we have our Starrett and Travers catalogs. So we got a Travers. It's pretty much got everything you would ever want in it. But I wanted this for reference to see what kind of options I had for different products. And I did get the Mitutoyo calipers from Travers, so it's kind of nice to have that. Of course, Starrett's got tons and tons and tons of tools and reference. Maybe I'll put that in here as well, just to put it somewhere. But let's see. We've got, these will fit in here. We got lots more room. Maybe we'll put everything in there for now. Let's put our catalogs in there if they'll fit. They do. Let's put our magazines in there if they'll fit. They do. This is that Shopsmith manual that I had back here. Might use that someday for something. We'll put that in here. As I get more and more literature, project notes, things like that, I'll probably take some of the magazines and that sort of thing out of here. But for now, it's all fitting in there. Here's a manual for the power feed. And then we have our Starrett story, Starrett tools and rules. Maybe we'll just stick these in here while we're at it. In case we need them, we know where they are. I just didn't want to put the magazines and stuff in here unless it was full because it'll sag. And this thing, I don't need it. Okay, so there we go. Nice, cleaned up toolbox, lockbox. It's got all our literature in there. That is far more appropriate, far more fitting for the workshop. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get on to the next project.